It's down to MARR Army Rock Show. I can't even, I was messing everything up. I sent him the wrong phone number. Now I'm messing up the intro. We have Jay Coursey Willis with us on the MARR Army Rock Show. He's from Kent Island, Maryland. And, hey, man, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, man. It's good talking to you.
So, man, I've always enjoyed your music and your singing style and your voice, and I'm glad to have you back on the show. Now, catch us up a little bit with what's been going on. You got some real exciting news coming out about an album called Missing October.
Yeah, I got some guys together through Brian Ewald, and he plays with Rachel Yamagata and the Jarflies, and I've played a few shows with him. He's got a lot of big connections. He hooked me up with Steve Wright, the owner of Brightway Studios in Baltimore, and we decided to put down 5 or 6 tracks on the EP, which I think I was telling you about last time, but bring everything up to speed. Now I've got Jason Butcher from Among Wolves. He's a big band out of Baltimore. He's a great drummer, good singer, great guitar player. I've got him in there. Dan Carlisle, who also plays and tours with Rachel Yamagata. Some of the guys I'm really excited about is Ronnie Jaffe from Wallflowers and the Foo Fighters. He's going to do some keys on the album. And then even Dave Cruson. So I think I mentioned him last time, too. He was the drummer on Pearl Jam's 10 album, and it might actually be one of my favorite albums of all time. So I laid down some acoustic demos, and Brian took the ones that he really liked, showed them to the guys, and the guys all agreed on it, and one thing led to another. And I've been in the studio for about 2 months now. So I've already got all the tracks laid down, just waiting to do the vocals.
So it looks like May 31st I've got down. Looks like it's the release date, and you've got a Pledge Music campaign going. Tell us about that and how folks can help out.
Well, I kind of ran into some issues with the last recording. I didn't realize how expensive everything was. So I looked into Kickstarter, I looked into Pledge Music, and Pledge Music was focused more around basically just music. There's no other campaigns that you can run on there. And basically it breaks down to 2 options. You either have the option to sell your EP, album, or single on there, and you can just pre-sell it on there, or you can go on there and set up a campaign to raise money in support of the recording and distribution and all the things that are involved with basically making a whole album. So, and also it's kind of cool because you get to include all the fans in it, whoever pledges, and really it's not that expensive a pledge. It starts at $10. It goes all the way up to $500 for a private show, or $600. I'm not sure what it was priced at, but as soon as you pledge, you gain access to the album before it's even publicly available, and it'll be a digital download. And depending on what you actually pledge, which is kind of set up as packages, you can get all kinds of different options. Like I even have like camouflage koozies on there since I'm from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, signed objects, signed posters, T-shirts, mason jar sets, all kinds of cool stuff that everybody can go on and check out on my project page. But the whole idea is I have a certain amount that I need to make, which is my goal, and whoever pledges, all that money goes towards that goal. If I don't reach my goal, then everybody gets their money back, and basically the album goes kaput until I get some more money to make it. If it all works out, then I get the money, everybody gets what they pledged for, and everybody's happy, the album comes out. Also, what's kind of cool is any money that I make over that goal, I'm donating 5% of that to Zach Brown's Camp Southern Ground, which is a really cool benefit thing that he put together a long time ago for, I guess you could call it kind of underprivileged children to get a hold of their lives and go in the right direction. So it's all for a good cause, really.
Yeah, that's funny. You read my mind. I was going to ask you. Tell me a little bit more about the camp and why you decided to pick that. So 5% of the album sales going to Zach Brown's camp. Tell me a little bit more about that and how you picked that.
Well, I've growing up, I dealt with some issues being a kid growing up, and I was never underprivileged, but everybody has issues growing up, and I've always seen people get picked on. My mom actually substituted in school, and she always had like the level 5, I think it was called level 5 classes, the special ed group. And I often saw them get picked on, and it kind of rubbed me wrong. So I see that what he had basically set up was to overcome academic issues and social and emotional issues, which a lot of children have, but, some of the ones that really can't handle it themselves or don't have the parental guidance to handle it themselves, they can go to this camp, and the counselors and everybody else that's involved supports the upbringing of these children. So you got to kind of start young to make anything progressive in life to get to any of your goals. You can't. It's kind of like can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Sounds like a real good cause, man. It's real admirable that you chose that. Now,
Thanks.
and I see that the new album features a revamped version of the song I Really Love, Walk On By. So what's different about it?
This time, well, before, basically, we laid down drum tracks, and to get it done within budget, I sent out to have not really electronic drums put down, but they took triggers for the real drums that were there, and they overlaid triggers on it, so it could sound better than what I had the money to record. I never was really satisfied with the way it sounded, so coming back into the studio with real talented musicians, now I can actually get a full band sound on there for a live sound. What's really cool is there's going to be two different versions. One is going to have Jason Butcher playing drums on it, which is going to be part of the whole regular EP, but then we're also going to have a bonus version with Dave on there from Pearl Jam. He's going to put down his own style on there for the song, since the song was it was the first single and everybody liked it so much. So there's going to be two different versions on there, and one's kind of going to be like a bonus version of it. So I don't know. It was just kind of a cool idea that we came up with, and we'll see where it goes.
So give me a little bit of the flavor of the new album, because like your voice lends itself to a lot of stuff. Your rock, your grunge, you almost have a little bit of hint of some country in there, being from Kent Island. What can we expect on this album stylistically from you?
Gritty. It's definitely a lot grungier and grittier than the previous stuff I recorded. And a lot of the acoustic demos that people hear, they're softer anyway because they are just performed on acoustic guitar. But now we've got full band in there, and even like having some keys. So there's some blues mixed in, and there's a little bit of country mixed in. But I lean heavily on the 90s. I know that people overuse the term grunge, but on the 90s era music. I really grew up with that. I love that. It's what brings me back to childhood and all the happy memories. So I just like that style of music, and I'm trying to push this EP or album, if you want to call it that, in that direction. So there's going to be basically only one really soft song, and the rest of them are going to be as in your face as possible.
So have you thought about what you're going to be doing for the actual physical release of the CD? Are you planning a party, or is it too soon to ask you about that? Or what do you think you might want to do to celebrate the release? No, actually, it's not too soon. There's a couple things that we have in mind. I talked to a friend of mine. She actually recommended doing kind of like a pre-release party, more of an acoustic show, and maybe doing that around Kent Island or maybe Annapolis. And then that's kind of to push everybody and get everybody together in support of the album. And then once it comes out, we'll actually do a real CD release party. And I'm thinking maybe doing that in Annapolis also, so it's central for Baltimore fans and the Eastern Shore fans, so nobody has to drive too far. So kind of like doing two parties. I have, I believe this campaign, the Pledge Music, it doesn't run out for another 50 days or so. So I kind of want to do the acoustic party now, and then after everything's done, go for the full CD release party. But that'll all be updated on my website and Facebook, so I'll keep everybody up to date on that. So, man, I gotta ask you this: what is up with the picture, your profile picture, where you're all beat up and looking like a mugshot?
I actually get that question a lot. I actually got a lot of backlash from that too. It's not real. I
didn't think it was real, but
yeah, but I mean, some people actually do think it's real. Tucker Jones is an amazing artist and photographer. He helped me out with that, and it was the whole thing behind it is that growing up, my parents had such a hard time with me. Just in and out of trouble all the time, so it was kind of like, look, I'm actually on the right path right now. But since we don't have any current mug shots, we can put an old one in there for good times. So it's definitely an interesting picture, and it did what it was supposed to. It got plenty of attention. So like I said, not even all good attention, but yeah, I still take that as good attention.
Well, I could tell it wasn't real, man, but it was real enough though, looking to make it a good.
Oh yeah, I'm not kidding. I got some people on there. They were like, "This isn't funny." I'm like, it's not supposed to be funny. It was. You know, it's kind of like art, but they didn't take it that way.
I didn't see any harm in it, man. Well, hey, man, it's been really good talking to you again. And once again, the album's coming out real soon. It's called Missing October. We're looking for that May 31st. And this is Jay Coursey Willis. He's a great singer, man. And we're going to keep having you back on the show, buddy, because I really like your music, and we enjoy talking to you.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support. Really.
It's been our pleasure, man. Have good luck, and we'll be watching for the release in May.
Cool, dude. Thank you.